Here we go.
I think the thing that intrigued me most about Arthur the King is that I'm a sucker for dog movies. There's a dog on the poster. This must be a dog movie. After watching it, of course, I know it is a dog movie. You also have Mark Wahlberg involved. It's based on a true story. And the trailer looked a bit uplifting, I guess you could say. So I figured, why not? Let's see if it can deliver a good watch. And that's exactly what Arthur the King delivers, a good watch. Is it the most memorable of movies? Maybe not. But if you're looking for an uplifting story, you're going to get an uplifting story. But as we get into the rest of this video, be sure to let me know your thoughts down below and hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the rest of it. As the movie started, I was kind of like, okay, where are we going here? I'm not too invested. Took me a little bit, but then there was actually one scene in particular where our main characters are on a zip line. The story revolves around a team of athletes, I guess you could say, who participate in extreme challenges, races for a living. And one of the key parts of the challenge they're doing is that they have to get from one end of a zip line to another. And it's not exactly the most, let's say, safe of zip lines. But as you're watching it, it's like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I was just watching it being like, I would love to do this myself. And then something bad happens. And I feel like the movie effectively managed to keep me engaged in that sequence, especially. It felt truly intense. And I would say for the rest of the movie, it does a good job of keeping you tense on the edge of your seat, engaged as well. It's entertaining overall because it doesn't offer too much of a crazy deep story, right? It's fairly basic. I think the trailer sets up exactly what this movie is going to be. Doesn't have too many surprises, doesn't pull too many punches, but it's funny too. You have a terrific cast of people like Mark Wahlberg, who just delivers always. But even though the story might be basic, it's inspirational. It has that crowd-pleasing aspect to it that just makes it one that I think audiences are going to enjoy, even for the simple factor alone that you might get pretty emotionally invested to the point where you might find yourself shedding a tear. One of the biggest issues that I have with it is that it has this identity crisis where it struggles being both a dog movie and a sports movie about these people who compete in really difficult challenges. There's a good portion of the movie where there is no dog to be found. Arthur the King, he doesn't really come into the main characters' lives until about the 45-ish minute mark. And then the remaining 45 minutes are, of course, with Arthur. I think if it did a better job maybe just in the setup, connecting the two pieces, the transition from having no dog in these really intense situations to, of course, having the dog along for the journey, I think that could have been smoother had they have changed some things before that. I also think when you get to the back half of the movie, the ending is a little bit rushed. I thought that they were going to just end the movie right out of the blue, right when you're kind of starting to get hooked into the final conclusion and what's all going to go down, who's going to win the race. Luckily it doesn't, and there's still like 10-ish minutes tacked on. I think overall this movie could have benefited from some better editing perhaps, where just kind of cutting this movie together, it could have had some smoother transitions, and especially in the conclusion, wrapping it up a little bit better. And like I mentioned earlier, I don't think it's going to be the most memorable of watches. I think it does its job at the end of the day, though, and that's sometimes all you can ask for in an uplifting, inspiring movie like this. It happens to have a dog, so it effectively, especially if you are a dog lover like myself, will tug on the heartstrings. It's funny, it's entertaining, and it's one that I think families will enjoy. There are some even intense moments too. That's always a great addition when you have a movie that is just looking to keep you engaged. I'm going to give Arthur the King a B-, and I would say that you can stream this one. If you're feeling down, I think this is a movie that will lift your spirits and one that you can just put on a rainy day. But be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button, plus that notification bell if you enjoyed this video, so of course you won't miss any further videos. My name is Ben, people call me Muter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.